This is the first time I'm dipping my toes back in the dating pool since my ex, Syngin. But things aren't starting off on the right foot.
I'm actually dating a married woman now. You gotta get that fixed. I'm sorry, yeah, I gotta correct it. You are married.
Why is it so much?
But it does. If you go like on a second or third date, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if it happens and you're married, it's like,
It might not be what she wants to hear on her first date, but Tanya is being called out about her ongoing relationship with Syngin.
You have to cut the umbilical cord or something.
That's not the cord. That's literally no cord for me.
She claims there's no cord for her. She has no more feelings for Syngin, but Joel, and everyone else for that matter, don't believe her. I mean, how can you believe her when this is how she ended the last episode?
Do you ever see a future of you two back together?
With being with Syngin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the answer to that question, Tanya. But hey, we join Tanya on this episode as she's on her first date with Joel. Now, if you've missed the storyline so far, I'll include a link to my last video down in the description below. But suffice to say, Joel isn't comfortable with the idea of dating a legally married woman, regardless of how over that relationship is.
If anyone asks, I say I'm divorced.
Yeah, but that's lying.
It's not lying. Okay, I
course
usually
you're
say
lying.
I'm separated. I say I'm separated. We're separated.
Yeah. Okay. Tanya has a different point of view, and I don't understand why you're still married. If you're not with a person, that's the weird thing. It's like, why?
Now, from her perspective, and to add clarity to the situation, Tanya explains,
He's doing his own thing. I'm doing our thing. There's no lingering like, oh, I miss you. Oh, can we see?
Okay.
There's none of that.
Okay, that's good. But get divorced, please.
Legally, I'm married. In all sense of the thing, I'm not married anymore. I want a relationship, but I'm keeping my options open. Oh, I am horny though. Anyways,
Okay, so on that note, I guess now might be a good time to get the date back on track. So, when they arrive at their destination, some caves, Tanya seems to take the lead and grabs Joel's hand.
You good?
yeah.
And that seems to do the trick, because once again, as they were at the very start of their date, the giggling and flirting starts up again.
This is beautiful.
Wow. This is really pretty.
You're in the light. Come.
Okay.
The date appears to be back on track. Tanya's enjoying herself. Joel seems to be too. But that happiness isn't going to last because, unfortunately, when they get to the next spot, despite the romantic setting and the beauty of the beach, the date starts to go downhill fast.
Weather's amazing. I'm going through a big transformation.
And what is your transformation? What are you thinking about?
So before I was married, I spent a couple years like...
Whoa. Before you were married, you are married.
Just like that, for all of the hand-holding and the flirting, it's very clear Joel can't let that slide. It is a big deal for him, even if it's not for Tanya. So he tells Tanya exactly how he feels about the situation.
I'm sorry, yeah, I gotta correct it. You are married.
Why is it
No.
so much?
But it does. If you go like on a second or third date, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if it happens and you're married, it's like,
But I'm
It's
not.
like, what am I doing?
I could see, okay. I
but
can
it's really
understand.
it's strange.
The idea of dating Tanya while she's still married to Syngin is, in his words, strange. Keep in mind here, it's also worth pointing out that Tanya also found it strange last season on The Single Life when Syngin spoke about going on dates with other people. Here's what she said last season when Syngin was flirting with someone on Tinder while they were still, of course, legally married.
We are still married. It like hurts. We're still married. We're husband and wife. And that's like what it is. Yeah, we're in the process of separation, but we are not actually separated nor divorced yet.
So clearly, while time has passed since that scene, and while they are now separated, it is still quite hypocritical for her to say to Joel, why do you have such a problem with it?
Why is it
No,
bothering so
no.
much?
But it does.
Given that she herself in the past had a problem with it, she should at least acknowledge that for many people, including herself at one point in time, the idea of being legally married but dating other people is a bit weird. Whatever your individual take and personal opinion might be about dating someone who's legally married, and I know there were some people in the comments in my last video that said they had no problem with it whatsoever, and that's an individual decision, that's everyone's prerogative. But for Joel, it's not something that sits well with him, and for that reason I found it so bizarre that Tanya couldn't pick up on these very overt clues.
I'm very honest. If it comes to a second or third, fourth date, I'm gonna feel very strange. But that's true.
That's real.
Okay, but do you understand that?
I honor that.
Okay.
To me, my interpretation of this is Joel is letting her down gently. He's saying, I don't want to go on a second or third or fourth date. If I did, I'd feel bad about myself. That's literally what he says. But then Tanya goes into this weird, oh, but I want to see you again and take things slow and maybe invite you back to my bed speech.
Yeah.
When I actually feel more of attraction with someone, I take things a lot slower versus than someone I have no attraction for.
Okay.
Like, so, love to see you again. But that probably means, like, not coming home with me tonight.
That probably means not coming home with me tonight. Doesn't definitely mean that you're not coming home with me tonight, just probably. And the way that she said that and her hand movements, almost an invitation to come home with her tonight.
But that probably means, like, not coming home with me tonight.
It didn't sound to me like there was much conviction in her probably won't be coming home with me tonight. But the problem is, I just don't think he's up for it until she gets divorced. It's a big sticking point for him, and it doesn't seem like he's going to do anything with her until she fixes the situation.
It's easy to fix, right?
So, I don't know. I've never fixed it. I've never been through this.
Which is fine, Tanya, you may never have been divorced before, but if the marriage is truly over, and you and Syngin are both moving on with other partners, and there's no hopes of you guys reconciling, then having never done it before doesn't stop you from going and at least speaking to a divorce attorney, getting the ball rolling, surely. Which is why Tanya's confession at the very end of the episode is so telling. She herself acknowledges that she hasn't yet fully recovered from Syngin. The wounds from that relationship are still very fresh and very deep.
Joel, he's beautiful, but maybe he's worried about, like, I haven't signed papers because I'm still in love and think it might work out. But when Syngin left, my heart was broken. I was so emotional. I was so sad. I don't want to feel that again.
Which leads me to think this is likely to be the first and last date between Tanya and Joel. She doesn't seem ready and he doesn't seem comfortable with her circumstances. Where does this leave Tanya on her single life journey? Well, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss my next update.